And now we will have next presentation, Samsung Incubator, which is located in Rzeszow University of Technology, and PhD Maciej Szanowski from Rzeszow University of Technology will present us something about Samsung Incubator. And Samsung Incubator is a program that facilitates the acquisition of digital competences and supports the development of startups in Eastern Poland. As part of the initiative, startups can count on the support of Samsung R&D expert, access to laboratory space and the latest Samsung devices, free training, and the possibility of financial support. Incubator organize events for local communities, including coding classes, hackathons, gaming tournaments, and entrepreneurship workshops. And Maciej, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Let me know if you hear me and see me correctly. The presentation is converting.
We can hear you, but we are waiting for the presentation.
Yeah, okay. Just give me 1 minute. Okay. Yeah,
yes, now we can see the presentation.
Yeah, sorry, the presentation is should be in Polish, but I will be in Polish. I will talk, of course, in English, but still I see myself more as an ambassador for them than someone who is basically hired them. But because today meeting subject is cooperation also between universities, the whole overall idea of the project. So let me tell you a little bit about the Samsung Incubator. As you can see, it's within the brand of a Samsung. So Samsung Incubator was the first one was basically established in 2017 here in Rzeszow, exactly located at Rzeszow University of Technology campus. Right now there is 3 incubators around the east of Poland, all of them strictly cooperating with universities, like the first one, so here located in Rzeszow University of Technology. What is more, the Samsung Incubator here in Rzeszow is also a patron for the first specialization on the management faculty, which is called the startups, creating the new ideas, which I'm the host and the someone who is responsible for this specialization at my university, and we are strictly cooperating with Samsung Incubator, even conducting classes in their whereabouts. What is more, a lot of our students cooperate with them. A lot of our students has a scholarship within it and their practice and so on and so forth. So like I mentioned you before, there are 3 incubators in the east of Poland. The first one is here in Rzeszow, southeast of Poland, which is focused on Internet of Things. So basically teams who had an idea or existing company, in most cases limited company, in the conducting business within the Internet of Things era, there can apply here to the incubator in Rzeszow. If you have an idea in the cybersecurity, you can apply in Lublin, which is around 1.5 hours from here. And if you have the idea in the sustainable development sector branch, you can apply to Samsung Incubator in Białystok. And what you can gain within this more mentorship incubation process, so you will not gain basically money, you'll basically gain mentorship, a place like a little similar to Protolab, so the place when you can about which my colleague told you earlier. So a place also when you can prototypes of ideas, prototype of some products or services using best in class, up to date, sometimes even not still on the market products done by Samsung. Of course, you will have help if your idea is with a big commercialization potential. You can have a possibility to cooperate with so big company like Samsung. What will be important to you, it's around 5,000 people going through Samsung incubators in Poland, more than 150 events connected to startups for the last 4 years, organized by the Samsung Incubator, mostly here in Rzeszow. What is more, like I mentioned you before, the main partner of the incubator is Rzeszow University of Technology, not only because it is located at our campus, but the idea was basically discussed with the head of our university. So the cooperation is really close. What is more, of course, there is a strict cooperation with Aviation Valley here, because like I know you are aware, we as a region, as a voivodeship, are basically an aviation voivodeship. So more than 170, I think 174 companies within this sector are located here in Rzeszów or cities around, mostly in the spaces which David told you about, or near these places. So when talking about the companies which took part in this process, there are a lot of companies who also have been a part with the processes in the Rzeszow Regional Development Agency and Technology Park. Some startups took part in this and these processes. So this is an example of also a great cooperation with the Rzeszów Regional Development Agency, which is, I think, the moderator of whole innovation processes here in our region, with the biggest experience and the biggest success in this field. So basically, they are also, the Samsung Incubator is strictly cooperating with Rzeszów Regional Development Agency and Aeropolis Science and Technology Park. So the startups, like you've seen on the on this short video, which David broadcasted you, so Wise Glass, so Bike VR. I don't know if there's also Bike VR. There are also the startups who took part in a Samsung Incubator, but like I mentioned, this incubation process is more like a mentorship program and more like a prototyping program, not the financing phase. So mostly that you have for most parts, most examples are people who had an idea, not even existing company, trying to build the first MVP with the software and the hardware which is here in the incubator, and prepare this MVP and maybe show it on a demo day, and if there is a great feedback, maybe to set up a company and start to looking for a help in a bigger, more experienced places, like in Science and Technology Park Aeropolis. So if you ask me where, sorry, on the landscape of this whole process of lean startup method, but on the field of an idea, so and on the landscape of accelerating the idea, the Samsung Incubator is mostly on the first phase. So like if you have an idea and want to validate it, prepare MVP, but without needing a cash for preparing it. So basically, if the only thing you need is the time, is the tools, so hardware and software done by the Samsung, you can do it here and there. Go to the places like Aeropolis and maybe PCI. Who knows? But basically, this is the path which a lot of startups have gone through in this voivodeship, and I think maybe David was a little bit shy because he didn't show you a lot of successes and should have, David. But anyway, there's a lot of successes in this process, which started most of them in Aeropolis, but some started in Samsung Incubator. Then, with the help of regional development agency, gain money from EU. Some with investors, because there is a great example, which is the GTIF startup, which is the smart home startup, which started in the same time with the help of Rzeszow Regional Development Agency and Samsung Incubator. Right now, they have an investor. So the great success story. Of course, there's some other success stories like this, but showing the strict cooperation around here. Of course, we are all learning. So in other countries, maybe there are more successes, but still, I think it's a good one. So like you can see on some slides, there is not so big space here in Rzeszów, but still a lot of events. Even the CEO for Europe for Samsung was here. Our Prime Minister, ministers, a lot of people who see the potential here, that this idea of incubator with the brand of Samsung is something really good, not only for them, because it's kind of CSR strategy, part of CSR strategy, but also for looking for disruptive technologies for the future. Like you can see here, there's also a prototyping space. Here on the right bottom, there are guys from GTIF startups who right now has a big investor helping them to sell their product to Skanska company. Of course, lots of events, 150 from kids to students to business owners in a lot of different fields. Like also, I'm conducting a lot of classes with my students there, showing them how they can also use this space with for the validation of the ideas they have. So this cooperation with the Rzeszow University of Technology is, like I mentioned at the very beginning, really close, really effective, and really good one, I can say. So yeah, I think that's it. What I want to tell you as short as possible. If you would like to read more, unfortunately in Polish, but of course you can translate it via Chrome translation, Google Translate. You can find more information on the website. I will link it in the comments. If you have any question, I see one of the questions from Malin. Thank you. Is the partnership with incubators a formal form of partnership? Yes, of course, it's totally a formal form in every single one of the incubator. So it's not informal, it's totally formal. So on every field there is a formal cooperation. So on a field that they are a patron for the specialization on the Faculty of Management, we have a formal agreement. They have a formal agreement with Rzeszow University of Technology, because they are located in our campus. So yeah, everything is totally formal. Also, if you want to have to be incubated within their program, you have to sign the contract. Like I think the same thing is everywhere, like in in PCI, I think it should be the same. At least it was in the past. So today I think it's exactly the same. So yeah, it's totally formal. If you have any other questions, do not hesitate to ask. Thank you for your attention, and I invite you to maybe read a little bit more about the Samsung Incubator here. Thank you very much.